seated. May your hands are seated like inside the train at all times. And supervise your children. Please keep smaller children away from the train openings or on the stop. Next stop is Northern Square.
Para la que nos habías puesto, no, pues tenían unos 160 para el jueves o algo así. ¿Y si los usaron o no? Es que también podemos para el sábado.
No, pues yo lo que le dije a ella para el jueves les decía, no, es que somos que va.
Ok, pero la pregunta es, ¿cuánto sale por día? Porque pagamos 300 de los 3 días al domingo.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children. Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Pero los acabamos de comprar porque no nos dice saber.
First stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails.
Ajá, porque para otra vez a lo mejor sería... ¿Cómo se llama?
Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. And watch your step as you're getting on. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
There at New Orleans Square Station, please remain fully seated. Stop motion, fully and back to your stop for Splash Mountain, Haunted Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones Adventure, the World.
Porque lo mejor es que ustedes les ayudan con un poco de dinero y traen
Motion, open to the
Ahorita que se pare porque yo está preparado.
¿Tengo una hija?
Disneyland employees that are getting free.
For your safety, please remain fully seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times, and supervise your children. Please keep smaller children away from the train openings or on an adult flat. Our next stop is Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. We're now entering Splash Mountain, rumored to be the location of the one and only Laughing Place. If you look real hard, you just might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day.
Is that cool?
Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the Rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see.
Ooh, look at behind us.
There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Folks, we're just slowly making our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. If we happen to come to an unscheduled stop, just know the reason is the train in front of us still hasn't quite left Toontown yet. So once they do, we'll proceed to Toontown. So if we come to an unscheduled stop, just remain seated. We'll be on our way shortly. Thank you.
Make sure the little boy in the front stays seated, please. The little boy in the front of the train, please.
He's referring to you. Sit down.
The little boy needs to stay seated.
Stay seated. Yeah, you can't be standing.
We came to that unscheduled stop. Just remain fully seated at all times. Once the train in front of us departs Toontown, we can continue through. Once again, this is an unscheduled stop. Please remain fully seated as the train can start moving at any moment. Thank you. Once again, because this is an unscheduled stop, please remain fully seated at all times, as the train can start moving at any moment. Once again, please remain fully seated. Thank you.
Sit down. If we gotta be fully seated.
If you want to sit on Dad's lap, you can. If you want to sit over here so you can see more, you can.
It was a roller coaster.
You wanna ride a little roller coaster?
I said,
We should get our green light any moment now. Please remain seated.
I was like, what's his number? That was like fun.
yeah, I want one now.
With us? Okay, go play with that. You might get yourself poked. So you check this pen.
You gotta be careful, buddy, because that will poke you.
It'll hurt.
You don't want it on you? Can I put it on your pants? Don't put it on you at all? Okay. That hurts. Hey, buddy, you need to sit down.
I can't read it. I can't read it. I can't read it.
Sit down. You gotta sit
Once
down,
again,
buddy.
folks, this is an unscheduled stop. Please remain fully seated. We'll continue motion very shortly. Once again, remain fully seated at all times. Thank you.
That was a block.
All right, looks like we're clear to proceed forward. Please remain seated. Two whistles. Two whistles means go forward. Three whistles means go backwards. One whistle means stop.
Still feeling it?
I know.
Oh, perfect.
Did you see the Fox family?
So do you review what you need to do, or?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll still take whatever settings I can, but I'm not going to start pushing hard, until I review.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of cheer, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. Have fun and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip.
As there is Mickey's Toontown Depot, please remain fully seated until the train completely stops motion fully inside the station. This will be your stop for all of Mickey's Toontown and Fantasyland. legs inside the train at all times and supervise your children. Please seat smaller children away from the train openings or on an adult's lap. Our next stop is the future Tomorrowland station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
As they reach Tomorrowland Station, please remain fully seated until the train completely stops motion fully inside the station. Welcome to the future. Inside the train at all times and supervise your children. Please leave smaller children away from the train openings or on an adult's lap. Our next stop is Main Street Station. As we make our way to Main Street Station, we will be making a slight detour to the Grand Canyon and back in time to the Primeval world. Feel free to take as many pictures and videos as you like. Just please no flash photography, video lighting, or any light-up accessories inside the tunnel. Thank you.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the Primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. Returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back.
Now there is Main Street Station. Please remain fully seated until the train completely stops motion fully inside the station. If you have a stroller or a wheelchair with you, please keep it folded to the bottom of the stairs. This is the only station without a ramp, only stairs. Once again, do not stand up until the train completely stops motion. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
Hands, legs, and feet inside the train. Please stay seated at all times. Parents and guardians supervise the children. Make sure they are fully seated for their own safety. Also, parents and guardians of the children 7 years or younger, make sure the child is either seated securely on your lap, or if they are seated on a bench, they are seated away from the large train opening in the center of each car. Our next stop will be New Orleans Square.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad.
We need to have the children sitting all the way down, please. We need to have the children sitting all the way down. Thank you.
Y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, We'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station, New Orleans Square.
This will be the direction for all the attractions in Adventureland, Frontierland, Critter Country, New Orleans Square, and for those with reservations, Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge. Please stay fully seated till the train comes to a complete stop. Thank you. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety, please keep all arms, hands, legs, and feet inside the train. Please stay seated at all times. Parents, guardians, supervise the children, make sure they're fully seated for their own safety. Also, parents and guardians with children under the age of 7, make sure the child is either seated securely on the left, or if they are seated on a bench, they're seated away from the vehicle opening. Our next stop will be Disney's Toontown Kimball. By the way, the little tap, tap, tapping sound that you hear coming from behind us, that's Walt Disney's opening day speech in Morse code. That's the telegraph.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs